Okay, there's the intro for part two of the video that you watched part one of. Probably a couple days came up a couple days before this one. I'm down here in Gowanda. Just got done chasing New York and Lake Erie and visiting with Sparky 107 107. So hello to Alex Brockway, Finger Lakes Railway, of course. And if you watched the other video, if you watched the rest, if you watch more than the first three clips, you know what this video is. So let's get to watching some Alcos in action. There's this weird thing walking towards me. What the heck is this? Sorry? That is how close passenger locomotives come to the car. They actually touch. There's Sparky climbing on. I almost got him climbing up. Him and Amy and Alex are on the train. Boarding. Amy's riding with him back, and we'll be chasing him back. This will make for a nice long video. There's the feed mill. That bell is at crossing gates. They're ones that ring constantly. Those are not common in New York, at least not where I am around. Probably see them at the same crossings, maybe a couple more. On the way back, I'll know better where I'm going, so here's Sparky. Okay, now we're here in Markham again, heading on the northbound trip, going back to Gowanda. Hung out with Sparky for a while and Alex Brockway. Now I'm waiting here. Got Markham's Cartage Road behind me, and then ahead of me, which is now behind me, is Dole Street in Markham. Waiting on the New York and Lake Erie to get up here. Let's wait. It's a little bit windy out. Hopefully it won't affect the camera. Hopefully it won't pick up too much on the camera. Usually wind doesn't really pick up much. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We'll have to just hope for the best. As we wait on Sparky 107, Alex Brockway, his wife, woodworking with Amy. So we have 3 special guests on the channel today. 3. And Amy is sitting farther in. Sparky's right in the window, so you'll more likely see Sparky. Like, he waved coming in. I tried to get them both climbing up, but my phone, every once in a while, my phone will not want to start the camera up, and I keep hitting it and hitting it, and it just won't do anything. And that was one of those times. I think it's apps are out of date, or there's junk in the memory. It does that. I'll try and clean that up while I'm waiting for that. I heard him coming, but he still snuck up on me. There he's blowing for Dole Street in a second. And now the next crossing. I don't think I'll get him in time at 62. We'll have to see. And here we go. Camera would have been steadier, except the portable battery that I have it plugged into to charge fell off the passenger seat and was bouncing around on the floor, and I couldn't get it to stop bouncing. It kept yanking on the cord. So we'll see him at the next place, which would be in Dayton. Okay, now we're here in Gable Street in South Dayton. And not South Dayton, Dayton. Keep getting the places confused. I think I hear them. I'm not sure. We should see the shadow of them before they come around, because the sun. Yeah, here they come. You hear the rails. There's an old siding over here that I want to take a look at, but I want to get them coming around that curve. There they are. Now, as we watch the train disappearing, I'll walk over here and take a look at the siding. There used to be a siding here. And heck, it still is there. Right in there. Or it was a second main at some point. I don't know. Actually, there's a switch up there. It still is there, but they're blowing for the next crossing in Dayton. We got to get up to, I want to get them, I think, James Road. I got them at Jollis last time, I think, on the way down. I think that was the first one I got them at. But I want to get them at James, something different. So we'll catch them there. We're at Jollis. I was going to get to James, but we're at Jollis. On Sparky's side again. I hit that crossing pretty hard. I hope it didn't break something. There they go, heading towards Maltbury, I think is the next road. We'll catch up to them there. If my car's okay.
Hopefully it is.
Now I'm back in Gowanda, and I'm waiting to see him crossing the bridge. Unfortunately, there's no grade crossing ahead, so I won't know ahead of time when they're crossing the bridge, so it's hope I start the camera in time. I would. Fortunately, it's quite a bit higher, so we'll see when you turn the camera. You see when you when I turn the camera around. Now I would stand on the roof of my car, except I don't really want to stand on that. I don't think that would be very good. So there's the bridge. We're currently waiting on them. I did not get to Maltbury in time. I was slowing down to turn the corner when they were ringing their bell, and the only place to stop on that hill that is friendly on a standard is the other side of the tracks, and I would not have. They were blowing their whistle by the time I would have gotten. By the time I would have gotten up to that crossing, they would have been blowing their whistle and it would have been too late to cross in front of them. So yeah. As far as I can tell, the car is fine. I didn't have any issue driving here. I think my brakes are a little hot. There's nothing dripping underneath, so I think it survived the crunch across that crossing perfectly fine. Might have been a little bit rough on it, but it survived. Let's wait for the New York and Lake Erie. And Sparky 107 107, woodworking with Amy and Alex Brockway from Your Lakes Railway. I changed my mind. I'm up here at East Hill Road, which is not that far away from that bridge, and I wanted to get him here. In fact, when I turn the camera around, you'll see how close it is. Let's take a look around here. This is the south end of the siding where they run around the train in Gowanda. You got people walking on the tracks up there. Well, let's turn around and see if we can get them on camera. There they are. They're actually walking this way. You got people walking on the tracks up here. We're waiting on New York and Lake Erie to get here. This bridge down here is a metal grate bridge. Walk down and take a look at it while we wait for New York and Lake Erie. Send a message with a picture of those people walking the tracks to Sparky. Alex, the owner of the railroad. Alex Brockway, who's the grandson of the owner, is in the locomotive. He's in the lead locomotive with Sparky and Amy and the engineer, and the owner, Bob, Alex's grandfather, who owns the New York and Lake Erie, is conductor today. We got people walking, and there's a bridge here at the creek, a switch stand, and there's that right up there is, come on, right up there is a bridge across the road. So there's the trespassers. You get a few pictures of them in case Bob wants to see them. guy creeping up. And creeping up. You stay there. He's probably going really slow because I sent that picture to Sparky saying they had opposing traffic. I don't know if the engineer saw the kids walking off the track or if he's going that slow because he thinks that he thought the kids would still be on the tracks. And there they are, pulling into the station. And my camera froze. What the? Okay, what? What, they're gonna put the gates up or what? There's Alex climbing out. He's gonna be probably unhooking from the train. He's uncoupling. Got a lot of traffic sitting here. I won't be able to turn for a while even after the gates go up. It is 81 degrees outside here in Palmer Street in Gowanda. Hopefully those gates go up so I can get over across the tracks and park at the station. There they go. Good. We'll be right back. Okay, here they come back. Let's look at some of the equipment they have here while we're coming back. There's a ballast topper for Penn Central. There's a flat car, a depressed flat car is beyond that. There's a coach over there. It looks like there's two pieces of passenger equipment on that track. All overgrown. Then back there we have the three coaches that they use today. I think that's the only coaches they have in service, is those ones painted. There's a B&O switcher over there. There's an old blue box car. I'm not sure what railroad that used to belong to. Across the tracks, they're sitting back there. There's a Jordan spreader down there. Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Deputy. There's, I think that's a C420 is the blue and yellow one there. There's another Alco switcher down there that's torn apart. And some passenger cars. There's one, looks like it's in B&O paint next to the Alco, high hood Alco, and then there's another passenger car there. And here's their switch that they don't have a switch stand for because it's obviously not used. I'll cross over on this side and record Sparky as he goes by again. I think he's still on the train. I assume he is. his head out the window like an old time steam locomotive engineer. I'll cross before the gates go up. Walking past the Gowanda station here, and there they are back there. Oh, that's in New York and Lake Erie colors. It looks almost like it was in B&O colors from a distance, but no, that coach is in New York and Lake Erie colors. There's cinder ballast right over there. It's all cinders. NYNLE 1013. There's the shops. So I'll wait for Sparky to get back. I don't know. There's his vehicle. I see it. Didn't see it the first time when I walked by. And there they are back there, going back to the shops. Looks like he's stopping to throw the switch to the shop. They come back to the shops. And there's a distant shops, and I'm pulling into the shops. I don't think both locomotives will fit in there. I think only one will. And the other bay, the other shop bay over that way has another locomotive in it. I'll wait for Sparky and Alex and Amy. Want to see something really sickening? I noticed this as I'm standing there waiting for Sparky. Look at those windows. I'm not sure if that was caused by people shooting them or if that was caused by rocks. But they're done to both of those. That coach is ex-B&O, very definitely, because they got a piece of paper or cardboard up in the window there that says B&O on it. It's got the B&O Herald on it. And then there's all these windows. Except those two don't have damage on them, but all the others, and there's one in that car that doesn't have damage on it. Okay, I'm back home, and I have to make this quick because I forgot I was going to do this in the next video. This is going to be an outro before the outro. I have a little bit of a mail call here. Just an envelope, and in it is a piece of paper. And I gotta put this down. And in that piece of paper, we have, this is from James, Dundas Mount Laurel Junction. You have a trackside mic sticker, big one, a small one, and 2 of James's stickers. All right. Now for the rest of this, talk about the New York and Lake Erie excursion. Power used in this train was lead southbound, New York and Lake Erie FPA-2U 6758. This was former Via Rail 6758. Before that, it was Canadian National 6758, 6755, and 6711. Lead unit, the northbound was NYNLE FPA-4 6764, which was former Via 6764, and before that, it was Canadian National 6764. Passenger equipment, there were the 3 cars, were the 2 identical ones with the roof that stuck up, or NYNLE number 5 and 6, which were built, I said, I think it was in South Dayton, that they were former Lackawanna coaches, and that is 100% true. They were built in 1930, in the 2000 series of coaches, and the Arcade Natica also uses old Lackawanna coaches. Theirs are wooden, of course, but not like the NYNLE. NYNLEs are a little bit newer. The third car that looked different, had a smooth roof, is number 9, and that's former Baltimore, Ohio. That was built as 5472, and then became 3579, and then 3003 before it went to the New York and Lake Erie. Back in Gowanda, we saw 4 out-of-service passenger cars. The first one, which was rusting away on that basically disconnected siding, the frog was removed. There's a straight piece of track across where the diverging, where it would have gone through a frog. The frog is gone, and there's a straight piece of track in there. So it's truly disconnected, besides the fact that there's no switch stand there. That is New York and Lake Erie number 2. And with the rust, you might have noticed there was a different paint scheme. That's painted for contract. And that car was New York and Lake Erie. For those who don't know, the New York and Lake Erie is a railroad that you see in the very famous and often beloved Steve Martin and John Candy movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And that car is one of them, and it's still painted in the contract paint that they used for the movie. And that's been sitting there since well before 2012, because the trees that are around it were there in 2012. The other cars were on the same siding. I'm not quite sure. I had looked at my pictures in my video before, and I cannot remember if there was 2 passenger cars in NYNLE paint, one towards the crossing and the other one on the other side of the Jordan spreader, or if there was just that one, because they have numbers 1 and 3, which are stored in Gowanda, supposedly, that were former B&O 5400 series. The 2 gray ones, I'm not sure what they are. They're obviously former B&O as well. The boxcar is owned by NSL. The locomotives shown besides the FPAs were the high nose number 1013 is actually C425. I call it a C420 in the video. The switchers we saw were S4 number 9078, which is of course XB&O. That's a parts source. Unfortunately, it's a shame that they couldn't get that running, because the B&O paint scheme is actually fairly decent considering its age. And the other one was S2 number 76. This was the one that was completely stripped of parts. It's been like that as sort of out of service derelict. It's been like that for quite a few years now. There's other, they also have an S1 number 308, which I believe was the locomotive that was in the shop and such. And this is getting too long, so I'm going to have to cut it here. But they have a bunch of other locomotives that they used. They sold 2 locomotives at Elk Creek and Titusville, S4 75 and S2 number 85, which are both former South Buffalo units, like number 76, that's stripped of parts next to the shops. There's a few other ones that they have listed as that there's listed online as them having that I didn't see there, so I don't think they actually have them. Kind of like somebody put them having 4 more Wellsville, Addison, and Gelton, 132-ton diesel when there's no photos of it ever on the NYNLE, and that's now in the Northeast Rail Museum. So their other C425 number 61 1 is now Delaware Lackawanna 2423. So now let's get to the actual outro. And now I put this stuff on, I can edit this video. All right, now we reached the end of part 2. From Gowon to New York, keep on loving trains. Tim out.